Hey, this is Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos, coming back with my third installation of World Economic Forum news and how they are going to make us do things that we really don't want to have happen. So, the next thing we're going to talk about is banning money. How are they going to ban money? Well, I thought about it, and I think that it's really going to be a lot easier than people think. You know, people say, how on earth can they ban money? You know, money is everywhere. There's trillions of dollars out there. And again, they don't do it overnight. They're not just going to say, you know, you're not allowed to have money. Money is banned. Money will always be accepted, you know, cash. But problem is you're not going to have any of it. And if you do have any of it, whenever you spend it, you're going to have less of it until you don't have any. And then you don't have any, right? So how is that going to happen? Well, they're going to come out with a digital currency, which they've been talking about now for years, past 2 years at least, heavily. People have been speculating on this for longer than that. But the banks and governments and central banks have been really talking about it, making it known to the public that it's not just a conspiracy theory, right? That it's something that they're talking about doing. China's already doing it. China's is draconian, like I was talking about in my last video. If you want to check it out, You Will Eat the Bugs. They actually give you, money every month, but the money expires. So if you don't use it in a certain amount of time, then you lose it, or you lose part of it. So you have to spend it, and you also have to spend it on things that they give you permission to spend it on. So they'll say, you have an allotment for, 7 pounds of meat or protein. And you have a allotment for, X amount for clothing and X amount for hygiene and whatever. I don't know exactly how they have it set up, but this is what I'm imagining how they have it set up from what I've heard. Once you spend that amount, that card will not allow you to spend any more on that type of a product, right? And that's where I said you're going to eat the bugs, because once your allotment for food has run out and the only food that they'll allow you to buy with that card is food with Z-bugs in it, that's how they're going to get you to eat Z-bugs. So how are they going to get cash away from you? Well, it's basically how I see it, in my opinion, is they're just going to stop printing physical cash and money. They're going to turn off all the printing presses. So when you go to the bank and you ask, can I have this all in, can I get $500 in 20s? It's going to start out, we can only give you 300 in 20s, and then, it'll be 100, and then it'll be, we don't have any more cash, we can give it to you on your card. You say, what do you mean you don't have any cash? You just say, well, the government stopped printing cash, we don't have any more cash to give you. If you'd like your money, you have to take it in a digital form. And that's how they'll ban cash. It's not that they're banning cash, it's just that there's not going to be any cash. They've never banned cash. They've tried, Kennedy had a $5 bill that he produced that was going to be, I think, gold or silver backed. And some of them actually came out in circulation, so they'll still accept those if you happen to have one. But they stopped printing them, as soon as he was assassinated. Funny how that happened. So, and it's happened in a few other circumstances as well that I can't think of off the top of my head. But even, they made Betsy Ross dollars, Betsy Ross dollars, they made some half dollars, things that aren't in circulation that much. And just like they stopped producing those, they're just going to stop producing all cash. And maybe it won't be, like I said, they always do it in small increments. Maybe it won't be a $500, maybe it'll be $10,000, then $5,000. Then it'll be no more $100 bills. And they'll give you excuses along the way, like there's too much counterfeiting of cash. So we're not doing $100 because people counterfeit $100, $100 bills. It's too much money that we can't, account for. then it'll be 20s, and then it's just not affordable to make print cash anymore. We're just doing it digitally. And that, my friends, is how they are going to get rid of cash. So when you have money in the stock market and you want to cash out, they'll give it to you in digital form on your card. When you sell your belongings and a sidewalk, people are going to have to go to an app on their phone and pay you in digital form. When you pay for anything, it's going to be in digital form. If you happen to have some cash laying around and you decide to spend it, once it's gone, you don't have it. And once the government gets their hands on it, goes to a store or whatever, they're going to probably be told to turn in their cash or get circulated through a bank in any way. It's going to be taken off the market and disappeared and destroyed. And it might take a little bit of time to get rid of the cash because there is a lot of cash out there. But and this is going to be something that these things that I'm telling you, even though you say how can they do it, they'll never do it. They're going to be hard to stop once you see how they can put it in place. Unless people start to stand up and fight back and say, hey, we don't agree with this. We're only going to vote in people that are against this. And who knows if that's even the solution, because it seems like a lot of times recently, very popular people that have large rallies that seem to be shoo-ins to win don't. So maybe we can talk about that next video, or maybe not. Maybe I'll stay out of politics for a while. But guys, just things to think about. If you're not thinking about these things, if they haven't occurred to you, or you've heard them before but you were wondering how these things would happen, this is exactly how they would happen. And it won't take, as long as people accept it and don't push back, then they'll just keep doing it. And so far, nobody's pushing back on really anything. So they're doing whatever they want to us right now. And they're weak, and they're old people that are in charge running these economic forums, and they're smart people, but they're ugly, weak, not athletic, not common, not your common man, have no sense of remorse, have no faith in a higher power. They think they are the higher power. You think they'd be really easy to defeat, and they probably would be if we would actually push back and not allow it. But so far, there's no pushback, so they're going to just keep going with it. And that's my opinion. So that's the end of this round of World Economic Forum news and information. And I'm Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos. And God bless each and every one of you. Kiss your wife, kiss your girlfriend, boyfriend, hug your kids, pet your pets. Signing off.